All right, let's just get right into it. Welcome back, Focus Learners. Today's explainer is all about taking some seriously complex strategies and boiling them down into a clear, actionable blueprint. We're tearing into the Tech Creator's Blueprint from zero to authority. Look, if you've ever dreamt of launching a tech channel, or maybe you've already hit upload a few times and it just feels like you're shouting into the void, you are in the absolute perfect place. We're going to unpack the exact, modern, four-step formula that new creators are literally using right now to explode their channels from absolute zero.
I mean, let's talk about that number for a second. Maybe you're sitting at 42 subscribers. Maybe it's 115. Or maybe it's just a big, frustrating zero. Honestly, it is so incredibly common to feel totally stuck here. The tech space right now, it's flooded. Every single day, thousands of super enthusiastic people unbox the exact same smartphone, they review the exact same gaming mouse, and then they just sit there, wondering why they aren't growing. It totally feels like the algorithm is just rigged against you, right? But the truth is actually way more straightforward. It really just comes down to your strategy.
Because, let's be honest, the old playbook, it's completely dead. You can't just go out, buy a shiny new gadget, sit in front of a camera reading a spec sheet you literally just found on a manufacturer's website and expect to go viral. It just doesn't work anymore. Instead, you need a highly specific, modern formula to actually break through all that noise.
And that formula is exactly what we're covering in this explainer. Here is our roadmap. Number 1, we're going to master the micro niche. Number 2, we'll master the first 30 seconds. Number 3, we're locking in your production value baseline. And finally, number 4, hooking the click. Let's get into it.
So, step 1, master the micro niche, stop copying the giants.
Look, if you turn on your camera and try to be Marques Brownlee on day one, you're gonna fail, period. You absolutely cannot compete with multi-million-dollar studios when it comes to general tech coverage. Think about a massive pie, where general tech is the biggest slice. If you aim for that, you're a tiny, tiny fish in a massive ocean. Honestly, even PC gaming is incredibly crowded these days. But what if you focus on a tiny slice, like small form factor PC builds? When you go hyper-specific into a tiny niche like that, two magical things happen. First off, your direct competition literally drops to almost zero. Suddenly, you're one of the only voices speaking to this exact passionate group of people.
And this applies everywhere. Instead of a generic channel about smartphones, you gotta zoom in. Make it specifically about, say, refurbished Android flagships under $200. Or instead of generic audio reviews, you focus entirely on budget studio setups for bedroom podcasters. When you dial it in this specifically, the second magical thing happens. YouTube's algorithm figures out exactly who your audience is. It knows precisely who needs to see your content. Once you dominate that little corner, then, and only then, can you afford to expand.
Moving right along to step 2, master the first 30 seconds, the retention rule.
Tech viewers are incredibly demanding. They're usually looking to solve a very specific problem or make a buying decision, like right now. That makes your intro a complete make or break window. Think about the ultimate retention killer, the drop-off. You know what I'm talking about. The 10-second spinning 3D logo, the loud dubstep music, followed by, "Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button." Yeah, your viewer's already gone. They clicked away ages ago. Instead, you've got to use the hook. You have to start with the payoff immediately. If you're reviewing a budget mic, let them hear that raw audio in the first 5 seconds. Fixing a PC error? Show the working screen right away. Give them the value instantly.
There's a foundational rule from our source material today that I absolutely love, and it goes like this. Give them a reason to trust you right away and save the intros for later. Delivering the immediate value establishes instant authority. It tells the viewer, hey, I respect your time and I have the exact answer you're looking for. That is honestly the only way to survive that critical 30-second window.
All right, step 3, the production value baseline, meeting the standard. So tech audiences, by definition, are pretty tech-savvy, right? They have a remarkably low tolerance for poor quality. If your footage is super blurry or your audio sounds like you're broadcasting from the bottom of an empty swimming pool, viewers will just subconsciously assume your tech advice is bad too. But when new creators hear the phrase production value, they almost always picture a massive number, something like $3,000. They think they need these crazy cinematic camera rigs and huge lighting setups just to get in the game. Well, actually, scratch that. Let's completely shatter this myth right now. You do not need that.
The reality of a high-quality setup today is so much simpler and cheaper. Your baseline budget actually starts at exactly $0. Why? Because your current smartphone already shoots incredible 4K video. So what do you actually need to buy? Just a basic clip-on wireless microphone for about $50, which is going to give you that crisp professional audio, and a basic ring light or softbox for $30 so your lighting is clean. That is an $80 investment. That's it. $80 to completely transform the way you present yourself.
So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this. Good lighting and crisp audio will instantly put you ahead of 80% of your competition. Seriously. Hitting this super simple, incredibly affordable baseline just removes the friction for your viewer. It stops them from being distracted by bad production so they can actually focus on your awesome content. It's basically your hidden competitive advantage.
And that brings us to step 4, hooking the click, titles and thumbnails.
Look, you could have the most beautifully lit, flawlessly mixed, perfectly niched tech review in human history, but if no one clicks on it, it effectively doesn't exist. Naming your piece something like Sony WH-1000XM5 review, it's just, well, it's a boring product listing. It evokes absolutely zero emotion. It reads like an Amazon page. But compare that to a curiosity-driven title, something like, I wore these for 30 days, are they still worth it? Or maybe, don't buy these headphones until you see this. This style creates a story. It sparks a burning question that they literally have to click to answer.
But of course, that curiosity has to be paired with a killer visual. The Blueprint gives us some golden rules for thumbnails, and they are super straightforward. First, keep them clean and uncluttered. No messy, chaotic backgrounds. Second, you want one clear, prominent shot of the product. An expressive face can definitely help, but hey, it's optional. And this is the big one. A maximum of 3 words of text. Max! If you're writing a whole paragraph on your thumbnail, you're totally doing it wrong. Let the visual do the talking and let the title provide the context.
When we pull all this together, it really comes down to the core philosophy of this whole explainer. Growing a tech channel, or really any authority platform, isn't about having the biggest bank account. You don't need a massive glowing studio. It's entirely about being the most helpful, specific storyteller in your chosen niche. Believe me, narrative and helpfulness are going to win over pure polish every single time.
Okay, enough planning, it's time to start executing. Here are 3 super quick, actionable steps you can take right now. Number 1, pick your micro niche today. Zoom way in until your competition is basically zero. Number 2, script your next 30-second hook. Make absolutely sure you're delivering that payoff instantly. And number 3, just get shooting. Grab your smartphone, clear up your audio, light your face, and start creating.
The Blueprint is right here in front of you. The old rules, they are dead and gone. This modern framework is completely yours for the taking. The only thing left to do is actually execute. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on as you kick off your journey today. Which micro niche will you dominate first?